Hello, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining me. So we've got an unboxing video today of sorts, different from the usual unboxing and appraisals in a couple of ways really. One is that we're in a different room today, so you can't see much right now, but I'm going to crack this box open in a minute and we'll see what's inside. But the audio and the lighting is going to be better in this room, so I'm going to just try and do what I can in here instead of downstairs in the echoey room that I normally use for the big boxes. So, okay. Why is this different then? Well, I actually know what's inside this for a change. It's a JVC RC-828LB, or at least I hope it is. I haven't actually opened it yet. Now, I've got some of these in already, but I've got a couple of customers lined up that are looking for an 828 in half decent condition, and mine kind of all need totally going through, and I hadn't got around to doing any yet. But I had the opportunity to get hold of this one, which I think is going to be okay. On the face of it, it seems pretty clean. I think there's a broken aerial and I don't think the tape works, and there's bound to be various other things wrong with it. But in any event, I thought it might be a good useful starting point, and I think if it's clean and tidy, I'm sure we can sort it out and give it a service later on the channel. So what I'm going to do now is just crack this open so you can actually see it. Well, first up, we've got the instruction book, which is extremely rare. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. We've also got a power lead here. You might hear me shouting across the room. This is a massive box, so let's get this thing out. Blimey. Here she is then, the JVC RC-828LB. So we'll take a very quick look at the unit first, and we'll see the face. So it looks like it's in pretty good condition. Now I like these units a lot. I've got a real penchant for these old JVC units, the 828s, the 717s, the 838s, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, lovely solid looking units, and yeah, radio cassettes with woofers. They've got tweeters, VU meters on there, and plenty of knobs and switches and sliders, which is what we like. So what I'm just going to do then is give you a quick overview, I think. So basically, as I say, radio cassette recorder, radio section over here. So we've got 3 short wave lengths here. We've got a long wave, medium wave, and indeed FM, which can be in mono or stereo or even biphonic as well, using that faux spatial stereo processing that they used to do back in the 1970s. So in terms of the master switch, we've got the radio, tape and a sleep mode. Then we've got the VU meter function here, whether it's to show the level or tuning strength. And then over here we've got the recording level separate for your left and right channels. Your tape, it's got type 2 chrome tapes or your regular type 1s, and your recording level you can set to manual if you want, using these, or indeed auto just there. You've got treble and bass, so you've got your two-band tone as it were, I should say, and indeed you've also got your separate volumes, left and right channel sliders as well. Good stuff. Right, that's the top functions. 2 aerials, extendable aerials. One is okay, second one's missing the tip, but these do look very similar to a lot of the other units of the time, especially the 838 and I think the RC-656 as well, so hopefully I'll be able to find a spare one for that. Alrighty, so the tuning dial does work. You can see the knob working the actual needle just there, so the dial gauge is good. It feels really firm, reassuring and smooth, which is great. Still got the original made in Japan sticker as well, just down in there. So on this side, I'll just bring this right up into view. Master switch just there, voltage selector, and then you've got your AC and indeed a DC input, because it's 12 volts DC, so you can use this from a, you used to use it years ago with an adapter for your car, so that's okay. And external aerial connections just there if you need them. And then on this side you've got your regular sorts of things, your beat cut, your speaker outs, 5-pin record and play, and indeed your microphone in with a remote control jack socket just there as well. 2 condenser mics, one each side, just in there. And that's it. So you've got your dial light and battery check momentary button just on the side, tape counter, and that's pretty much it. I'll just do a quick look at the battery condition. I don't know what this is going to be like. Alright, the original foam is still there. Battery contacts look nice and clean, which is good, and the ribbon isn't stained either, so I don't think we've got a problem with regard to leaky batteries or anything like that. Indeed, the bottom looks really nice and clean as well. So this, I think, is going to be a really nice unit. Not too many knocks and dings. I can't see any massive cracks. Quite often they can get cracks along where the handle has been if it's had a knock on the casing. Handle's good, not deeply scratched. The chrome is really good on both sides. Happy days. Okay. By the way, you've got a headphone socket just down in the corner as well, like so. Rightio then. So the tape itself, nice. It's got the original sticker on the door, which is fab. Very nice. Let's just open her up, see if it works. Okay. Alright, well, first thing you'll notice, let me just turn this around, is that it did work of sorts and gets stuck, and that feels very much like that needs re-greasing inside. I've done an 838 recently actually that needed that, so do check out my other videos. But there's a nice little internal sprung carriage in the door there. The head looks good, well, both the heads look clean actually. Pinch roller and the capstan look in good condition. Yep, the mech looks good in general, I've got to say. Whether or not it works, we'll wait and see. However, transport controls do work. Marvellous. Alrighty. Tiny little ding in the top there, but actually nothing to really write home about, I've got to say. And indeed, it did come with a free cassette, so we can have a bit of madness to listen to at some point. I've got enough madness in my life at the moment, but there we go, that's another story. Right, okay, so we've got the instruction book as well. 828L and LB. I'll tell you all the good stuff in here. Extremely rare actually to get these old instruction books. Yeah, nice. So a great thing to have, and also especially with the sticker on the door as well. So lovely jubbly, happy days. Right, well, what I think I'll do is stand her up, plug her in. Right, okay. First things first, then I think I'm going to actually just get the radio on. I'm going to turn the lights off for a second, so we've got just a little bit of natural daylight behind us. But I want to just check for the radio strength. Okie dokie, let's get these aerials up and we'll put it onto FM. And we're on radio. Whoa, hello. Alrighty, so. Alright, so straight away I can see from here that the right channel is sort of working. Let's just tune it in a minute. Ah. It's not working. You've got FM stereo light is on down here. Hang on, no, gone again. Ah, okay. So the light's coming on and going off. Can you see that? Just by my finger just there. Okay. But also there's nothing coming out at all of the left channel. If I just put it all the way forward, nothing there at all. It might be a dirty switch, so let's have another look. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we've got the FM working. I'll leave it at that for a minute and put the lights back on. So what we did there was a very quick, simple fix. I think there's a tiny little bit of surface corrosion on the actual selector button itself for the FM, and that, I think there's probably a common trace through one volume into the other volume, and so that's why it wasn't working. But it does come back on occasion, so I think it's just going to need a switch clean. Hopefully nothing more drastic than that. But in any event, let's move on and have a quick look at the tape, shall we? So, does it... Okie dokie. What have we got here? Right, when I press play, you can hear the motor. Let's zoom you in. And you can see the spindle turning and indeed the capstan. Okay. Or rewind, not quite, it wants to. Let's just spin her up by hand. That's got to go in a bit. So rewind's not working. Alright, rewind's not working. Fast forward is to a degree if you hand spin it. Let's press play and tape. Yeah, we've got real issues with the volume. There's no volume at all. If I do that, I can just hear something. Alright, rewind. Yeah. Rewind wants to work. Let's have a look. You might just see it through there. Yeah, play. Yeah, it needs a darn good re-lube, I think, inside of there. This needs lubricating on the door, and we're going to need some new belts and a general mech service. Like I say, nice and clean in there, so I think we got yeah, good stuff. I think it's going to be all right. You can normally tell if it's nice and clean inside there, nothing's rattling around, the spindles are intact, the springs look good on the spindles. I don't think we've got anything too nasty going on. So, to that end, it should just be a decent deep clean, a strip and a service. Now, I'm going to just see if I can get some volume back actually. Let's have a look. I suspect the function switch is probably a bit dirty. So, what have we got? There we go. Yeah, so it's likely to be the function switch that's dirty, and in fact if I now do that for the radio, if I stop that and put the radio on, will we get anything there? Yes we do. And lights off again, just to try the FM one more time.
Something that we heard from another runner, another former runner on the show who we're calling Annika. She joined for work experience in
Okay, good. We're not getting tons of power out, but I'm not too worried about that because I think the signal strength will come back once we actually clean the switches and what have you from the inside. So overall, it's come in. Obviously the tape doesn't play properly, it doesn't fast forward and rewind. There was no radio, no left channel, but actually totally complete apart from a broken aerial tip. So we'll replace, let me just bring this as wide as I can, I think that's about it. Basically we're going to have to replace one of the aerials, give the whole thing a deep clean. Yeah, that's nice. Don't know if you can see that dancing there, but I've just pressing for the signal strength as well, the battery strength I should say. So good, I'm happy with that. Alright, it's clean, it's tidy, it's intact bar the aerial which we can replace. I think it just needs a decent strip down, a deep clean. We'll lubricate and clean the switches. We shall also clean and lubricate the mech and put some new belts on there. give the heads, the capstan and the pinch roller a decent clean, and I reckon we'll be in business. So this one should be fairly quick and easy to do, so do stay tuned, and I'll be keen to get this one turned around pretty quickly. As I say, I've got a couple of people lined up for an 828 at the moment, so I think I'll get on and get this one done. It's definitely got the potential I hoped it would. So please do subscribe. Anyway, there we go. That's all I've got for you today on the JVC RC-828LB. I'll be back soon. So you look after yourselves. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye for now.